Hello, it's Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian, here on day 9. And I am going to be working on the page next to the one we did yesterday. And I'm going to be doing kind of like junk journal style collaging because I felt like it. And I'm using something that I made a long time ago. I'm going to be adding to it on the bottom. And I will leave a link down below for the YouTube video for this tutorial if you want to do something like this. So I just grabbed some old papers and this collage that I did that I had saved. And I'm going to stencil on the back. I'm going to do a few things, add some words, and take it from there. I'm probably going to add a little bit more. I'm probably going to have to put music on because it's sweltering in my studio, and I don't know if I can go a half an hour without the fan, but I'll try. And then if you all of a sudden don't hear me anymore, it's because I have music on in the background. And yeah, I'm just gonna start going here. So I think I'm just going to, I like this composition, and I'm gonna kind of glue it down just a little bit because I still want to add some stuff underneath some of this. Oops, I better put my timer on, almost forgot. Okay, here we go. Oops, that's not right either. Here we go. So I thought it would be fun to put a stencil underneath this. I'm going to move this to the side. And I'm going to use the Distress Oxide. I'm going to try it with this. If this doesn't work, I'm going to use a dauber. I know that's not what they're called, but oxides are pigmented. They're kind of wet, so they're good for mostly what I used to use them for, and they just called them pigment pads. They're good for embossing. But I didn't really want to paint, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try this. And that looks pretty, and I think I'm going to do a little bit down here. Not sure if it's going to show up, but that worked good. I have no idea where that stencil came from. I've been collecting stencils for a long time, so there's so many of them to choose from now on Amazon and stuff like that. And then I have some of this vintage placemat that my friend Teresa had given me years ago. I thought maybe that might look good here. My YouTube channel was and is to an extent more junk journal oriented, and that's the kind of following I have, so I feel like I've abandoned them. So I thought it would be fun to do a little junk journal page in 30 minutes. And I think it kind of goes with the rose over here on the side. And I have some pattern paper I'm going to scrunch underneath, and I also have this that I tea dyed a long time ago. It's just the party crepe paper. Let me see if that'll kind of be fun to put in there. And I think I'm liking this paper here, so maybe I'll add a little bit more up here. And let's see if we can add some of this. I'm going to do that there. Kind of like it just like that. I'm gonna stand up, make sure I like the way it looks here. This is such a cool place, these placemat doilies. Pretty sure they're old, they might even be antique, and I've been hoarding them because they're so unique. I think they are anyway, I could be completely wrong about that. But I like the fact that they're not pure white. They already have that vintage paper kind of look, and I haven't tea-dyed these. I did tea-dye a couple of them, but I left a few of them the same color I got them in, the same condition. And that's the great thing about junk journaling and just the kind of art that I know attracts the people that are attracted to my art like, and we're repurposing things that people probably just think of as junk, but we love, of course, and we don't think they're junk, especially if they're old and beautiful like this. Let's see if I can just go out a little bit. Oops, I keep moving it. I think I'll just put some glue on it. I'm loving the fact that we have a nice group of artists on the Facebook page, and that you guys are brave and you're showing your work, and some of you are trying to do it every day. And I think there's a lot of learning that's going on when you create every day, and the fact that you don't have to spend so much time doing it. And then I thought I would add some words, maybe some more stencil words. I like this big bold text, but I'm not sure I like the numbers for this particular. I have this amazing stencil that I don't think I've ever even used. It's from Red Lead. It might even be available still at the time of this. That's kind of cool. Trust yourself. So maybe do one of those. I also have a stamp that I stamped on this old paper. That might be kind of fun too. Let's see here. I just grabbed some stuff that I had already had. My studio is filled with projects that, you know, because I've been doing YouTube videos for so long, there's a lot of prep that goes into making YouTube videos, and you gather things that you are going to use, and if you don't use them and you make things, and you just kind of set them aside because they might not have worked for the project that you were working on, but you can use them for something else, just like this Paris. And I also have this amazing stamp from Red Lead, which those of you who have been following me know that I love Red Lead stamps. And then these fake wax seals. They're stickers, so I don't know, that might work kind of cool too. Be kind of fun to have lots of different words here. So I think maybe I'll stamp the words on here and see if I like them. I could always just stamp directly onto here. And what else was I going to do? I think that was it. I think I said I might do this, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's see here. I like this number 8 too. If all else fails, numbers and words always kind of pull things together. I'm going to stamp on here. This is one of my favorite stamps. I've been using this for probably at least a year or two. I've made lots of tags on fabric with it. I just love it. And archival ink, the best black ever. Red Lead just has the coolest stamps for, because they always use this type of font for most of their word stamps anyway, and I love them. I love that font. Okay, I think I'm going to have to, from this point on, I'm going to turn the fan on, and it'll be, you won't be able to hear it because I'm turning this off. But if I have something to say, I will come in. Okay, I'm done. Let's see how much time I have left. Oh, I still have 10 minutes left. Wow. So, but I'm not going to keep going because I like the way it looks, and sometimes you can overdo stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's actually, I think it took 20 minutes to do, but I had gathered things ahead of time, so that kind of figures in some of the time, even though I wasn't timing myself. And I hope that gives you some ideas that maybe you have lots of scraps laying around from junk journaling or even just journaling, and you know, maybe put a couple of them together to see if you like the composition, and then make your own page. Doesn't have to be perfect. I love the stencil behind here and the fact that the page was already painted ahead of time when we first started doing all of this. So I will see you tomorrow for day 10.